Hi, welcome to Rewrite. We're just obviously trying to figure this out, so yeah, bear with us if you could, please. One day, this will be really, really professional. I promise you. That's not today. Hi, so I'm James Battistelli. I'm joined today by the lovely Squeaks. It's not on her birth certificate. I know her real name, but I'm not allowed to say it because she has a whole brand and everything. So it's cool. I think she's awesome. And say something.
Thank you.
See that? That's what she has to bring to the table. You have to deal with this voice. And you're gonna tell me to shut up. Just have her do the show. Oh, damn it! I shouldn't have invited you on. I do this all the time. Pretty girls just. Sorry. Okay, and today I'm excited because today we're going to be joined. Had a few guests lined up, but as things go in this day and age, shit hits fans and stuff. But we are going to be joined today by a dear friend of mine now. His name is Christopher, and I'm not allowed to say his actual last name.
Strawberry.
I'm just gonna, you can do your own thing. But Christopher was, he's an Uber driver. He does so much more. But he was a Uber driver that drove me and Ashley, my fiance, and our son, Franklin, 1 year old, drove us in a bind. We left my other son's flag football game in Brookline, in Delaware County, and we don't drive. He does, not my son, but Christopher drives for Uber. And he drove us from the game to 69th Street, so we take the train and everything. And it was, lifesaver, game changer, all the stuff that I can say. But he, upon talking to him on the in the car ride, just the guy is so tremendously entertaining and enjoyable and just intriguing, and you guys are gonna love him. But he'll be on later. And also we're going to be joined by a wonderful band that I saw, not the full band, because, this room is really small. Really small. Like grass. They're going to join us today. It's Fair Panic. They are a amazing band, and just their stuff is just the way music should be. It's well written, it's well rehearsed, it's well conceived. All of the well things that I can say, and you can get a well whiskey and enjoy them. It's a lot of stuff, but they're gonna do their song "Love Could," which the song has an amazing backstory that we're not going to get into today because this is not behind the music. But tune into a future episode because we'll get them back on. But all right, so what's been up in your life, Squeaks?
Well, all right. I haven't really been in the poetry streets like I want to because I've been working, got a new position at my job, and it's taking up all my time. But I will be at a fairy picnic on Friday.
Speak up.
And I will be speaking May 17th at the Insight events for healing women and mothers. Okay.
I'm just going to say before I check into the audio and stuff tonight and I lose my mind because I can't hear a goddamn word you're saying.
Really?
I don't know, but I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to see the forest through the trees. I think that you can probably move it closer and
right here?
Yeah.
All right, don't just swallow it.
That's awesome. But okay, so when I invited you to be the co-host, because again we do a different co-host every episode, which I think is kind of a cool way to keep things interesting, and you're like another guest. But when one of our guests on our previous episode, Octavio, he the conversation was just so enthralling and everything, all the things they said earlier. But he told me afterward, he was like, if you want a co-host, I have the perfect co-host. My friend Squeaks. And I was like, her name is Squeaks. And you want me to put her on the show. And she was like, no, that's just what she goes by. I'm like, why? And I was
Well, it's Squeak Me Baby, and
There
I'm
you
an
go.
erotic poet.
Erotic poet. All right, so perverts not going to do erotic poetry today on this episode. Again, if we decide to do that, that'll be a future episode, which like we'll have like a little NC-17 or whatever on the YouTube. I don't know how it works, but yeah. I mean, how did you get into erotic poetry? I know the voice, and it's kind of like made for.
I've always been a writer. But when my sister died, it just was like, it's now or never. Like, you gotta just unlock the other side of you. Like, everybody knows the dandy, smiley Squeak, but nobody knows this other Squeak. So it's like, allow me to introduce myself.
So the other Squeak is like the dirty, raunchy,
Yeah.
troublemaking Squeak. Squeaks.
We stay free trouble.
Ah,
Yeah, we stay free trouble.
okay. I'm all in. Like I'm team Squeaks all day. I think that our the room right now, everyone is kind of on board with the Squeaks brand.
Hurrah!
So I mean, and we're gonna I mean, you said where are you gonna be speaking next? Performing or what have
May
you?
17th, with the Insight.
What is that?
They have the Insight is a poetry collective.
I know what it is, but like they
It's a
don't
poetry
know.
collective group of 3 wonderful women who I'm proud to call my friends, and they do stuff with men's mental health, women's mental health, and everything in between.
And you're going to be speaking there, but
As a panelist,
as a panelist, but not as an erotic poet.
I'll probably say some other kind of poetry.
So different poetry.
Yeah.
So like perverts don't go to the event to hear erotic poetry because like that's not what she's there for that day.
I think
There'll be another day for that. I'll be there too. So
May still wear the bunny ears though.
yeah. Now like when I met you on the outside of Rec Philly today, I didn't know where you were, and I was looking around, and I was like, "That's probably her over there." Because you were just standing there looking all cute as ever, wearing bunny ears, and I was like, "It's probably her." Yeah. Squeaks!
Oh hey!
Hi! And I was like, "Awesome." But yeah. So what I'm gonna drop my phone first. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now is I have, as you might see, we don't have a teleprompter. So like I have notes written out or typed out. So like until we get money and get a teleprompter and get staff hands and studio hands and stuff, doing this all on my own with collective help from people who are appearing on the show. So this is what I got to do, and just deal with it. And like, if it's not good enough, then turn the other way. But okay, so a lot has happened since we were last on. I'm not going to unpack all the troubling stuff that's been going on with Trump and the Trump presidency and all this stuff, because it's whatever. But I found so many interesting stories that were not political that happened in that time that I think that you guys might enjoy. So like, let's get into it. In Alabama, a busy interstate was shut down when a wild kangaroo was spotted seemingly hopping into and out of traffic. I mean, real thing. Kangaroo hopping around in Alabama, and they had to shut down I-85. I think it was I-85, but yeah, and it was hopping, causing trouble on the expressway. Passers-by were alarmed to see the kangaroo in Alabama, of all places. Many locals were very upset with the road closing, and they had to get places and stuff, and eat corn or whatever, as it was just another thing for Alabama residents to deal with, which they have enough to deal with already. But you know what? Maybe show some grace, because maybe the kangaroo, it's Alabama, so like maybe the kangaroo was escaping his cousin or sister that was trying to fuck him. Yeah. Maybe. I mean, stuff happens in Alabama, and it's a different world, and I don't know kangaroo stuff, but I feel you, Kanky Joe. In Luxembourg, this one's awesome. In Luxembourg, authorities recently seized almost a ton of Colombian cocaine found inside of an old stone crusher at a local house. Police detained 2 suspects after they had discovered the white powder speculated to be valued at 160 million euros inside the machine. Now that's 165 million US dollars, which in the 90s it used to be the other way around. But like now, the euro is expensive and the dollar not so much. You know, we're not going to talk about. Okay, but this story goes somewhere. When reached for a comment, Luxembourg authorities just went on and on and on about an amazing business idea that they had and they thought would be wonderful for me and that I'd be great at. And then I said that I wasn't real. I'm a journalist. I'm not really interested in starting a business with you. And they, I could only assume it was. It sounded to me like it was a jump rope whipping wildly through the air, and then the call disconnected. And I don't know what that could have meant, but like cocaine, you know. But when reached for comment, Luxembourg authorities just went on. I already did that one. When reached for a comment, an agent from the Drug Enforcement Task Force in Luxembourg spouted off many things very quickly in a Spanish accent, and then clumsily shouted that he is not Pablo Escobar. I reminded the agent that I never said that he was. I never alleged that he was. To which he yelled at me and said my father was probably a snitch bitch in the 80s. And then the call was disconnected. Now, I don't know what that could mean also. Another one. When reached for comment, a representative from Luxembourg's housing department informed me that the house in the story had been recently purchased by American comics John Mulaney and Artie Lang. And that was all I needed to know. I didn't even realize that they were tight like that, and like they would buy a chateau in Luxembourg, but like, you know, cocaine, it does wild things. I mean, but one last one, I swear this is it. When reached for comment, American actor Tim Allen said that he has taken it upon himself to assist the authorities with the investigation. He then alleged that the powder is not cocaine, but is actually just old drywall dust, and that the authorities can trust him and his expertise because he once played the host of a Tool show on a 90s sitcom. So he knows home repairs. No word yet on how exactly Tim Allen is assisting in the investigation, but when we hear more, we'll surely pass that along. You know, because if you remember, Tim Allen loved cocaine before he was famous. Like, he loved cocaine. And stealing cars. You probably didn't know that. Like, Buzz Lightyear used to steal cars. Just shocking. And like, my kid loves Buzz Lightyear, and I feel some way about that. But anyway, in Colorado Springs, Colorado, Fire Chief Stephen Bennett was recently forced into stepping down from his post after an investigation revealed that he was responding to and handling many distress calls without the proper license to do so. When we reached him for a comment, he said that if a reality TV show host can negotiate armistice and peace treaties between warring nations, and a crazy guy with a raspy voice who cuts heads off of whales can be the point of contact for the entire American health industry, then why can't he assist with callers without a license? And I kind of agree with him, but like, I mean, I get it, I understand. Yeah, he's a little crazy, but which brings us to the main story of our time. We just completed the first 100 days of Trump's second term as president. And I'm just going to say this. I'm going to say things are not going well. They're not really great. The economy is going to shit and a lot of stuff. But it's an unpopular opinion now because Trump is sinking in the polls. His approval rating, the Reuters poll said that he has an approval rating of 42%, which is the lowest in a long time. I think like 80 years. And his disapproval rating is 52% or 53%, which is just, that's more people disapprove of him than approve of him. But anyway, so I think he's doing a great job. I do. I think he's doing exactly what he said he was going to do, which, you know, if you were paying attention to what he was saying he was going to do, he was warning us, don't elect me to be president because this is going to happen. And, you know, he's just doing what he said he was going to do. It's good times. But, I mean, he doesn't know a goddamn thing about trading. Yeah, for starters. Mike Ditka knows more about trades than this guy does. Remember Mike Ditka, the coach of the Saints in the 90s? He traded a whole draft class for one guy who wasn't even on the team 2 years later. That's good times. But his decision to not Ditka's, Ditka didn't tariff anyone, but Trump tariffed goods that Americans need and want, and it's causing our economy to go to shit. And now he's telling Americans that it's okay because this Christmas kids will only get $2 instead of the $30 that they were getting under Biden. Look, I have 3 kids, man. My kids aren't necessarily spoiled either. But they're still kids. They don't understand supply chain economics. Like, it's crazy. $2? The fucking Ninja Turtles. There are 4 of them. 4 Ninja Turtles. How are you going to give me $2? Power Rangers. 5 of those motherfuckers. Barbies. There are like 613 fucking Barbies running around. And all of them have houses and dogs and friends and neighbors and clothing lines and fucking... This is not working for families. This is not working for parents. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's good times. But no. He's right. We're all wrong. But you know what? America is irritating, man. He was voted in by a huge, enormous landslide of a margin, right? And again, he's doing exactly what he ran on. You fuckers cream your jeans when he was talking about his next term. And now you're changing your tune. American voters are like that girl that you had a crush on in your 3rd period English class who, like, was never going to give you time of day. And, like, she was dating the captain of the varsity team until he cheated on her or whatever the fuck. And then she changed things up, started dating Science Geek till she realized he sucked in bed, and so she changed things up or whatever the fuck. And then she went celibate, which is cool, but like, prom was coming around and you wanted to like, shoot your shot. And yeah, she was never gonna give you the time of day, but like, what was I talking about? What was I? Where am I?
You're talking about your favorite tomato type.
I don't even... No, I wasn't. Also, that's another thing. Is that, like, you know the saying, you say tomato, I say tomato? Mm-hmm. Who the fuck says tomato? Hi. Have you ever come across anyone who said, yeah, do you want a BLT? It's bacon, lettuce, and tomato?
Maybe Peppa Pig.
I might start.
Tomato.
Peppa Pig says tomato.
My grandma says tomato.
No, really. I'll get to that in a minute. But like Peppa Pig says tomato, and is teaching our kids that tomato is the way to talk.
She might. She says butter.
Oh, she might. See, she doesn't seem like a reliable source. But like, anyway, like the tomato thing is just because you said tomato, and I was like, yeah. It's just no, because I was shopping the other day, and like I think it was Ashley said tomato, and I was like, who the fuck says tomato? And she was like, you say tomato, I say tomato. I'm like, who's that? I don't say tomato. You don't say tomato. No one. Anyway. But yeah, so let's get to our business here. We, as I said, we're going to welcome a good friend of mine, Christopher. Chris, if you could come over now and, behind the camera. All right. So, hello, welcome, Chris.
Hello, everybody.
Strong handshake. But all right. So, Chris, for starters, I met you as an Uber driver. I'm sorry, Christopher. Squeeze, Christopher.
Nice to meet you.
They already met. Like we've been here for a while.
Yeah, 4 hours ago.
Was it 4 hours? Was it really 4 hours? I gotta pay your parking. Damn it. Okay. But Christopher, you were an Uber driver who gave me and Ashley and Franklin. By the way, what did you think of Franklin? No pressure. I'm just.
He's a great kid. He's an amazing kid. He's actually very quiet.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And were you the Uber driver that played music for him?
Yeah.
See
I played the kids' music. He started getting a little upset, but
I figured you weren't playing like DMX for him. But I played DMX for him. Like it's
so was
mine.
Prince.
No, I play a lot of stuff for him. But Ashley was like, why is it? why DMX? I'm like, because why not? Because like DMX.
Because X gonna give it to us.
And that's what I said. I think that was actually what I said. I was like, because X is going to give it to you. And like, anyway. But I make that joke all the time. Like the X is going to give it to you joke. I don't know why I didn't make that joke when I was on my show where I'm supposed to be making jokes. Like, I need someone to follow me around with the camera. Because, like, that's the whole thing. But anyway, so when I met you, I invited you on because I was enthralled by the conversation. And, like, I'm taken. So, like, for me to be that enthralled by a person who's not Ashley, that usually would get me in trouble with Ashley. It didn't. And so I was like, all right, I can go with this. Setting a good
I'm
precedent.
just still waiting for the dinner, he's putting me out. But it's
I can't even afford to pay guests. By the way, you're not getting paid for this.
He's a millionaire.
Yeah, I bought this at a thrift store.
Yeah, that's the rich thrift store.
This was probably someone died in this, and
He sure has no money.
Now that's
in
a
there,
hand-me-down.
it could be, yeah.
If you found $1 million in there, there's a check.
But I mean, like when I got it, like it was because I knew I was going to do the show, and I was like, I need an outfit. I need like a uniform for the show. And Ashley was like, why? I'm like, because I'm a fat guy now, a fat bald comic. I need to dress like a fat bald comic. This is what a fat bald comic wears. And notice I'm wearing my Christopher Skywalken t-shirt. It's Skywalker, Luke Skywalker, but Christopher Walken. It's a pun because nerds and like nerds like puns, and I'm a nerd. And so
Yeah.
I don't like Star Wars. I cannot stand Star Wars. I'm alienating a lot of our. I know, and like that is not a popular opinion, but I'm not a popular guy. I don't have a lot of
You're
friends.
popular too, man, sorry.
It's petting me again.
That's the reason why.
Yeah, but
I get that from my grandma, I'm sorry. The patent.
it's fine.
It's okay, baby.
It's fine. See, you made a friend. But so we were also talking about your history in music, and you're a singer.
Yeah, I'm a singer. I used to sing background for some oldies groups. So a lot of.
Put them on blast right now. Put them on blast right now.
Oh
oldies.
no, I'm not allowed.
You had, you what did? But
Only you when you're in the car. No, but truthfully, I can tell you one person. His name is D Train. He's actually performing soon. Amazing guy.
He's doing marketing for a guest on the show. I didn't know that was going to happen.
D Train's amazing.
My ears ringing. No, like they really are. I don't know why. Like
It's money.
it's got to be something tech related. But anyway, so you're a singer. When did you start singing?
Oh, I started singing when I was 7 years old.
When did you start singing professionally? I
Oh,
guess I
okay.
should have said that. Because like
I'm just answering the questions. That's all. No, I started professionally singing in 19. I'm older, just to let you know. In 1997.
1997.
Yeah.
I was 14. Yeah, I was 14. I started backyard wrestling a year before that.
How old are you?
Me? I'm 41. I'm going to be 42 next week.
46.
That's old as shit.
Thank you. I look young.
How old are you, Squeaks?
I'll never
Thir-
tell.
I think you already told me.
I'll never tell.
Did she? I'll check the tape, but did she already say her
And
age?
didn't.
So she's Squeaks is old school, where women don't tell their age.
It's not what my young mom said.
I mean, like,
I'm a vampire.
Yeah, that's what my grandma said.
but so you used to sing for unnamed.
Well, most of the
Professional
artists
artists.
the artists that I sing for mostly was like unsung people that you usually would not see, but people do know them.
Like people know of them.
Yeah, up there. And I traveled to Paris and then London and that was the shows that I did.
That's amazing.
Some shows was in the state, some shows were in the weird places, but
Like what kind of weird places?
like
Let's
bars,
talk about weird
bars
places.
that that stink.
Stinky bars.
Yeah,
I've been to a lot
people
of
that
those.
look like they'll throw stuff at you.
Yeah.
Knives.
I've thrown stuff. I haven't
Guns.
learned knives. I haven't learned
Shoot you with
guns.
the guns.
Oh no.
It's
Yeah,
not good.
so, but
Well, you better get
also-
better at singing. Because like,
oh no, when I sung, I was always the background singer first, but I got lucky.
and so they weren't shooting the background singing.
Nah, they was just throwing stuff at us,
Okay. That's fucked up.
throwing their middle fingers.
But I mean, so like, what was the money like, if you don't mind me asking, for that line of work?
Oh, truthfully,
Yes,
money was good.
money was good.
I mean, when you travel with certain agencies, and you don't know the agencies because you have a manager that's taking care of that, and you have a producers that's taking care of that. But I had a record deal before, and lost that because people think that when you make it in a record label, you're a millionaire. No, that money that they say to you is like, oh, money. If you don't do as much shows or do things they want you to do,
Oh yeah.
that money is something. So the deal that we had when we were like a boy band type thing was $25 million.
What?
Yeah, but it's not what you think.
Yeah,
That's like somebody's giving you like a Pepsi and said, do you want the Coke over there? Because literally you wasn't making no money.
what?
But to a person that's like don't have money, $25,000 is a lot of money.
If they paid me in 25 cans of Coke, that'd have been okay.
Yeah,
Cause like, yeah,
never been for you, but me, I want the money.
nah.
But I mean, truthfully, just getting to travel was the cool thing. You saving money.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Get
you
to
went
meet
to
nice new
you went to
people.
Paris, you went to London.
Mhm.
I've never been anywhere. I've never been out of the States.
I never
Have
been
you
to
traveled?
Nevada.
I've been to Mexico, Costa Rica,
Those are out of the States.
Louisiana.
That's in the States.
Yeah, that's fun.
It just
That's
feels
awesome,
like a
though,
different
yeah.
world when you go there, right?
It's so much more peaceful, and the food is just so good. Like, I can eat ice cream over there. I can't eat ice cream here. It does
Why?
my stomach dirty.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I love traveling out West Coast. Like, I wanna live in the West. I wanna live in California. Like,
Really?
I've always wanted to live in California. Every time I go to LA, I'm like, this is it. This is home. But then I'm like, I have kids. I have fiance. I have responsibilities back home. And so I was like, I have to go back.
Why does it feel like home over there?
Because it just does. Because, like, I'm a creative, and, like, not to say that you can't be a creative here on the East Coast, but, like, it's just a different feel. When you're in Hollywood, it just feels, hopefully, it feels like New Year's Eve all the time. Like, when you have that mindset, when you go there and you hopeful. You go there and you're like, anything is possible. Anything is possible. And then you realize that you have to go back to Philadelphia and you have to get your podcast started.
Yes, okay. Dirty Duffy. Yes,
I got 2 of them petting me now. Sorry, Ashley.
Sorry.
See, I told you to stay home with
It's a
Frankie.
grandma
This
pat, I
is
promise.
why. This is why. Because I'm getting all sorts of action here. No, sorry. So Uber today. What's tomorrow?
Me doing real estate.
Real estate?
Yeah, I'm getting into real estate. I'm taking my test in September. I get my license.
So he's not just like shitting me. He's not saying like, I want to get into real estate. He's taking his test in September. That means he's already started. He's already gone through much of the process to get to that point. So, like, good on you, mate. I don't know why I said good on you, mate. I guess the
Ain't nothing wrong
kangaroo
with
in
that.
Alabama
It's
thing stuck with me.
my grandma's favorite word. Stupid man.
Okay, yeah. Hi. So I am I decided to do this separately from the people who were in attendance in the room and the band and Squeaks had to go to work. I am interviewing Christopher about moments of regret in his life because that's the purpose of this show, Rewrite. But I did this so I could get a one-on-one response from him. So, Christopher, could you rejoin me? Thank you.
Hey, everybody. How are you?
Hello, Chris. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that because, like, I know that you were probably fine with airing laundry, but I don't know what you're going to say.
Yeah.
So just to be sure, I decided it's a safer bet so that you can just talk openly.
Yeah.
You know, if you understand that.
Oh,
Okay.
definitely, no
Okay.
problem.
So I'm going to add this to the tail end of your interview so that it flows. Sort of, it's not going to flow because it looks different, but it's fine.
Mhm.
But Christopher, I wanted to ask you flat out, if I had magic powers, I ask all my guests this, and I was able to grant you one rewrite, one do-over for any one thing that happened in your life, what would it be and why? Could you explain that to me?
I regret a lot of things. I'm gonna give you 2 reasons.
One thing.
Okay,
It was
well,
already-
it'll run into it.
I regret so much, but that's fine.
But so truthfully, the one regret I had was when my aunt died. It hurt a lot of me. I usually, truthfully, used to ignore my aunt because she made me feel uncomfortable.
If you don't mind, why would your aunt make you feel uncomfortable?
There's a lot of things that my family, you know, they love me, you know, but they kind of wanted me to be what they wanted me to be and not be who I
Family
am.
pressure, yeah.
Yeah. And family pressure always, because, you know, when I was young, I never had, truthfully, I'm not going to lie, I don't remember any bad days except for one time with my mother, but that's another story.
For another episode.
Yeah. Just got to get the rights to that
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
But thing about my mother, and she's a wonderful woman. She worked hard. She did her thing. She tried her best to be, you know, she had 5 kids of her own, and she raised those 5 others that was just like, you know, but to get to my aunt's story is that my aunt meant the world to me. I'm sorry. She loved me so much that she told me that I was one of her best nephews because I'm always around her. And she always used to say we're so much alike because we go through so much with our families. And, you know, she told me a lot of things that, you know, people say things about you, Chris, and, you know, she apologized to the things she said out of her mouth as well to me. And first people thought I was gay, you know, which I'm not. I'm a tough guy, trust me. The thing is that I think the thing about people, they misconstrue things. I was raised by, I had a grandma. My grandma was from London. She didn't want me to speak like other people. So her whole thing was to sit here and say, hey, I'm not having you speak like ruffians. You're going to learn how to, and you know,
I know those people.
Yeah, right. And
We go way back.
that's right. And she was like, I want you to speak like a proper man. So she trained me, you know, like,
Good for her.
you know, I had to be respectful to people, honor people, and respect people, but my speech had to be of a British mind. I'm Hispanic too, but I have cousins that sit there and be like, you sound weird speaking Spanish.
Say something in Spanish real quick, put you on the spot.
Dame yo quiero, mi amor, mi hermana.
I understood love,
Mhm.
brother. Was that right?
No, my hermana is my sister.
Sister, hermanas, because
Yeah,
Hermano.
Deborah. Well, that's why I said my
Yeah.
Spanish is choppy. But
yeah, hermano is brother.
yeah, hermano is brother. But
Pollo.
I love my sister. You know, she got arrested for something she didn't do. She's in jail. she'll be out truthfully in like 4 to 5 years.
Oh no.
Yeah. And the person that did it would not, because she was in the wrong place at the wrong time, the person won't tell the truth. So, yeah.
That
But
sucks.
yeah, and I know my sister. My hermana means the world to me. Desde de corazón. You know, my heart. But the thing is that I learned that, you know, you have to be yourself. And a lot of my family didn't want me to be myself. They always constantly pushed me. I know you should sound this way because that'll make people around where we live. And my grandma always told me, hey, no, you don't let people tell you. Be yourself, Christopher. That's, you know, I raised you that way, but be yourself. And a lot of my cousins call me white boy, even though I am part. But
I called you the first time I saw you.
yeah, a lot of people when they see me, but I'm Hispanic, British, Indian descent. I have Caribbean background, and I also my Native American, because my mother's mom is Native American, and African, I guess, but not a lot of it.
So
Not a lot of it.
You're human potpourri.
Yes, I am. I smell very good.
I was going to say that too. Yeah, okay, so you regret your aunt passed.
I regret not
And you regret not. Go ahead, it's your
loving
talk.
her as much as she wanted me to love her. You know, I wanted to be there for her, but I worked so much, you know. And that's one reason why I came to you about your podcast today, because I was like, I'm bored. I drive a whole day. In Spanish, all dia, you know. And I'm constantly, it's just getting on my nerves. I'm getting tired of it. So that's the reason why I want to become, do real estate. And yeah.
So you regret. You said that you regret two things. One leads to the other. So
The other thing I regret was to, try to be more into knowing who my family was on my mother's side. I knew my family on my father's side. Cretans. Sorry, but
I'm not.
yeah, yeah, I know, but.
Who does? Sorry.
Those people are, except for my nan when she was alive. She was cool when I met her. My grandmom's mother, and she was different than my grandma because my grandma was very mean to me. But she was like, I guess I have to teach you the ways that what my mother told you. So I would be over every weekend learning from where my grandmom's mother told me, which is I say my great grand, but she always told me that you have to respect people, and that's what I do. That's all I can do. I just want to be Christopher.
Yeah,
human.
I mean, you're doing a good job at it.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a lot of regret going around. It happens to everyone. That's why I did the podcast, because I mean, we're not talking about my regrets yet. We're going to have an episode where I'm interviewed by myself or by someone else. Probably by someone else. Probably a co-host. Maybe I'll have a guest on.
We can do the AI version, right?
Yeah, a robot. You're saying a robot in here?
Well, today they're making the AI actually sit there and you're actually talking yourself, but your AI is actually next to you, which is kind of cool.
It's frightening.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh, thank you.
I'm the Schwarzenegger.
There's no thank you. But
yeah.
but there's a lot of regrets, and like I have so many regrets in my life. But eventually you just gotta accept. There's no sense of looking back behind you, because you can't change anything that already happened.
And that's what I feel about the world, is that we live so deep in the past. That's why prejudice is here what it is.
Yeah.
We live so deeply in the back what happened, the past of a ghost, instead of just living for us now.
And and by no means am I going to say your regrets are wrong, because everyone has the right to regret things. Everyone does regret things.
Yeah.
And you're not going to tell me I can't regret things, because fuck
right.
you. It's my right to regret things. But
That's right.
there's ways to think about it, and it's all mindset and mentality, and I think you're doing a good job. From what I know of you, you're on the right track.
I try. I don't like
But
to toot my own horn.
yeah. So I thank you for being here, and we are going to be joined by Fair Panic because we're going to go back in the past, and I'm going to edit this, and so where like Fair Panic is going to come on. They already came on, but like you don't know that. Now you know that because I told you. So yeah, we're going to be joined again by Fair Panic. This is like take 64 of this attempt here. But yeah, I'm gonna get better at this, I swear. But yeah, they're doing their song "Love Could." It's a great song. It's off of the EP, also titled "Love Could." So yeah, take it away, guys.
Sweet and sour. Let's fail again. Oh, I thought that love could be together forever. I wanted love to be fear. Goodbye, my friend. Never forget. Joy louder than loss. That love could be together forever. I wanted love to be. Oh, beautiful life where I live. You're the green in Brooklyn, a voice inside my head. Together forever. I wanted love to be. Oh, beautiful life where I live. You're the green in Brooklyn, a voice inside my head.
was even better the second time. Was that the end of the second, the 63rd time? No, it was even better. And just so you guys know, when I say that, they had it right the first time. I didn't have it right the first time. It was all me. It was a little bit squeaks.
That's on me.
But no, it was great. But I am gonna do a lot of production stuff on this episode, as I always do. So I'm gonna do a lot of production stuff with this episode. So like, this is gonna be and sound and feel and everything better than it seems right now. But you guys are gonna be unaware of how much trouble this was. But I thank you guys for joining us and for blessing us with that, because great song. Now, where can people love that song on their own?
You can find us on Spotify, Fair Panic.
Fair Panic, Spotify. F-A-I-R. Not like...
You just make sure you heard that one. Yeah, Fair Panic, F-A-I-R on Spotify.
Yeah. Fair Panic, F-A-I-R, P-A-N-I-C.
Yep.
Fair Panic.
That's it.
Yeah. On Spotify, and it's...
And on Instagram, it's probably where we're the most active is Instagram.
Yeah, they're very active on Instagram, and like they follow a lot of people, and a lot of people follow them, and check it out. It's worth your time. But I want to thank you guys. I want to thank Christopher for joining us today. And remember, the thing about life is there's always things to regret. But why? Like, why are you gonna waste your time looking in the rearview mirror? The road's in front of you, so just keep going forward. Just keep going forward. It's all gonna work out. And remember, you're awesome. Okay, everyone out there, you're awesome. You got this shit. I believe in you. Squeaks believes in you. Whoever the next co-host believes in you. Trust me. But take care, guys, and tune in next time. We're gonna be coming on later this month, which is May. So we're going to be doing 2 a month now, so that's exciting. So, and if you drink on Cinco de Mayo, which is tomorrow, drink one for me. All right, take care, guys. Thank you.
I never meant to make you cry. I never meant to break your heart. Come on. I never meant to make you cry. I never meant to break your heart. No. I never meant to take your faith. I never meant to cause you pain. It seems as though I failed again. I never meant to let you down. I never meant to make you cry. I never meant to break your heart. I never meant to make you cry. I never meant to break your heart. It's the real me. I never meant to take your faith. I never meant to cause you pain.